We just now pretty much have the full story surrounding exactly what's to make an appearance in FNAF's upcoming Help Wanted VR sequel. For starters, you're gonna need to be aware of the fact that FNAF Help Wanted 2 has recently been confirmed to not be a PSVR 2 exclusive like the first installment was originally before it ended up being changed. This one is going to be designed as a non-exclusive game right off the bat. Our huge leaks are all stemming from the currently ongoing playtest for the installment that features multiple different minigames and levels that are meant to characterize this entire project before the big launch. And we know this current year we're actually given way more of a first look than the original tech demo that provided us with some insight on the maintenance levels specifically. This time around, our new minigames start with something officially called the Carousel that features Moon from Security Breach, who's set to be making a comeback here. Specifically, the Ruin version, to distinguish the two based on the model that made an appearance at the physical booth. This is one of the featured games set to be tied with the early access demo that we also know only allows one game per convention member. This is some pretty exclusive access stuff we're talking about here. We know that it's been confirmed that despite the initial concern with the bright color palette providing a potential user risk, security breach elements are still meant to be making a comeback here as part of the new additions we have to look forward to, cementing in our FNAF 4, Sister Location, Pizzeria Simulator, Ultimate Custom Night, and Security Breach elements namely, that could have an impact on the types of minigame expectations for this sequel. We're shown through the selected formatting that in this case the sequence of the entire game is gonna play out the same exact way the original did, in terms of having a variety of different mode selections and appearances from well-known animatronics. In this carousel level specifically, we're tasked with repairing a plethora of circuit boards and fuses while attempting to fight off Moon with a flashlight in a mode that's said to be Ruin-based, meaning in a similar fashion to the broken down abandoned zone our original Ruin DLC was held in. Using the potential insight from the physical Help Wanted PAX convention booth tells us this could have something to do with his displayed mechanic of popping out of a vent-like area periodically, which would require the player to blind him. For a better understanding of what to be expecting for this particular level, we're essentially looking at a sort of revamped version of the original vent repair levels that originally featured Ennard. In addition to this sort of remastered level we see featuring Moon, we're also given an early look at an alternate minigame known as Bonkabon. If you didn't know, this direct concept is something we already see hinted towards in our original Help Wanted teaser with the poster on the wall. And we know it's actually something meant to be correlated with an in-game mode. Something completely new and separated from the way all of the previous games were laid out that we know is confirmed based on physical footage of one of the playtesters bonking objects with the VR remote, which is gonna stay hidden as any actual recording of this level is prohibited by the production team, meaning there's gonna be no direct gameplay sadly, as it's also currently being delayed from the general fandom until the actual release date. But without actual footage, we're still able to lay out exactly what we're looking towards setup wise with all the mechanics and animatronics to make an appearance. We're further able to associate this whack-a-mole style minigame thrown into the mix with the addition of Plush Baby. That's right. These same little suckers right here that made a secret appearance in the Ruin DLC and previous VR project are set to make a comeback, specifically associated with this level right here. They're said by one of the early playtesters to pop up occasionally throughout the physical minigame, and you're supposed to hit them with the mallet 3 times in order to not have your game literally ended by them. It's been revealed that the other character pop-ups take the form of Bonbon and Bonnet and are presented in a more score-like setting in which you gain a point playing through the minigame by bonking Bonbon with a mallet and extra points for bonking Bonnet. Helpy, as an addition throughout this level, is meant to act as a sort of fake out, meaning he's additionally able to pop up through this level, but if you're one of the poor saps who hits him, you end up losing points. For whatever reason, we know Funtime Freddy is also meant to make an appearance through this level, just adding to all the crazy, and that there are arcade machines to be found at the back that have said to have been glitching. Interesting. Actual footage of this game has been said to be circulating out there somewhere, but again, it's not something I'm able to specifically highlight before the production company are willing to make it more public knowledge. The game formats these plush babies as having a more antagonistic role throughout this game, as he additionally matched the same theme of where the Bonkabon concept literally originated from. meaning it's likely this speculation is straight up exactly what we're gonna end up seeing. But despite everything we've covered thus far, there's even more levels we have early access to that are set to be making an appearance, building off of our leaked details. Our bonus editions land us at Funtime Freddy once again, which again further pushes us in the direction of a VR installment that's heavily influenced by the actual events from Sister Location. It's the main theme. We're gonna be seeing the return of his breaker room, which again tasks us with the challenge of ensuring he keeps his distance with some sort of voice lure or light that's gonna ensure us enough time to make additional repairs. Most likely. It's been said that this level is meant to be featuring a megaphone that the player would be tasked with using to play through the level's entirety. With the multiple minigame additions that tease the return of physical repair levels we've seen previously, we can add something new to the mix that provides us with the potential of a level with different required mechanics. The return of a remastered version of the bonus hallway levels with some new updates to it. It'd be again on the same theme of the Sister Location focus, with the actual room tied with this level connecting back to the secret Sister Location experimental zones. And in this previous VR game, this exact sort of level was already launched in order to feature the likes of Plustrap and Balloon Freak Demon Boy. And it looks like there's potential for an update surrounding who the main focus is supposed to be for Help Wanted 2, if it's truly meant to make an appearance. We know factually the leaked image we have depicting this same very level features an animatronic design with a more smooth head, which doesn't fit the big-eared appearance of our original character for this level, Plustrap. I originally tied this difference with this new addition being Toy Proxy, a sort of development test placeholder that we could have assumed was meant to be replaced by a new model in the official release, but fans were quick to point out the actual resemblance to Biddy Bad, pointing to the possible reappearance that would again perfectly connect to the expanded theme of Sister Location's rooms and characters taking over as the focus in this VR sequel. Which leads us to the main bulk of everything to expect so far. The most important part we can deduce from our early released details. The addition of the sort of carnival style associated with the whack-a-mole level, in addition to the teased format for a minigame literally called Carousel, we can assume the carnival theme that was proven to be making an appearance in the future of the FNAF game timeline was specifically meant to be linked to this VR game after all. The same theme we see referenced heavily with little clues and Easter eggs in Help Wanted's preceding Ruin DLC, what many tied to a secret new game potential that would be built off of this carnival concept, which seems to not be happening after all if all the elements from it are just going to be thrown into FNAF's VR game instead. But there's actually more to the early secrets behind this game that basically spell out everything we can expect. I can figure everything you need to know for the full story in this video right here, so make sure to check it out for all of the hidden details regarding FNAF Help Wanted 2.